The longtime couple were found dead in their New Mexico home with one of their pets. Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy Arakawa are being remembered by friends as a loving couple who were devoted to their dogs. Following news that the couple's bodies were discovered in their New Mexico home on Wednesday, February 26, the Santa Fe County Sheriff said the enemy of the state actor, 95, had been dead for 9 days before he and his classical pianist wife, 65, were found along with the body of one of their 3 dogs. Friend Daniel Linehan, 79, and his wife Barbara Linehan, 75, tells People the deceased were very responsible pet owners. They'd always had German Shepherd rescues, and they were really good to their dogs and very responsible dog owners. Son Aaron Linehan, 38, tells POPL, adding that his family, who had been friends with Hackman and his wife since the early 90s, don't currently know where the other 2 canines are. Gene Hackman's wife, Betsy Arakawa's body had signs of mummification when discovered. Here's what that means. Aaron adds, "Yeah, I know it's something that they would be concerned about. Anyhow, we don't know." The Lenahans tell PUPL they believed Hackman and Arakawa were in good health. And although the musician was concerned about being exposed to COVID, the pair stayed active. Betsy tried to keep him kind of active and engaged, but they do puzzles. They do puzzles, and I know that he did, Aaron says. I think he did yoga daily. I think it might have been via Zoom. She was very protective of him in terms of COVID, so she'd always wear a mask when we'd see her out. But she was still trying to keep him as active and engaged and healthy as possible, he adds. Actor Gene Hackman, his wife and dog found dead in Santa Fe home. Sheriff. I mean, honestly, they were one of the tightest couples I've seen. They seemed like real-life partners, really, really close to each other, and they were both incredibly kind. And they were reserved, but they were real, Aaron tells PBL. A cause of death has not yet been determined for the couple. On Thursday, County Sheriff Adam Mendoza said there were no signs of foul play in their deaths, while also admitting the circumstances were unusual. Want to keep up with the latest crime coverage? Sign up for People's free true crime newsletter for breaking crime news, ongoing trial coverage, and details of intriguing unsolved cases. At a press conference held Friday, February 28, Mendoza added that the Oscar-winning actor had been wearing a pacemaker, but it was last operational on February 17. I think that is a very good assumption that that was his last day of life, the sheriff said. Carbon monoxide poisoning, which was thought to have been a factor, has now been ruled out, Mendoza said, as both Hackman and Arakawa tested negative for the compound.